A wheelchair lift is an elevator designed to carry wheelchair users up and down a multi-story building. It can be installed both inside and outside. A lift makes a building accessible to anyone for whom stairs are a barrier. A wheelchair lift can be installed in virtually any building or private home. All that's needed is sufficient vertical space and compliance with local elevator and building codes. A hydraulic lift moves the passenger cab on a rail system. The motor and mechanisms are concealed in an attached metal tower. The structure of the walls surrounding the lift are made of aluminum, which arrived from the supplier in long pieces. Workers here at the factory cut them to the required length. They shape the corners and cut the slots required for assembly. To make each section of the wall, they join 4 pieces to construct a frame. Once the frames for all the wall sections are ready, workers assemble them to make sure the pieces fit together correctly. They make any necessary adjustments, then take the wall sections apart to insert the panels. The wall panels are made of aluminum, acrylic, or tempered glass. Workers first lay down a foam spacer strip to prevent the panel from rattling. Then they secure the panel to the frame with snap-in aluminum molding. From here, the wall sections go to the packing department. Now it's time for the lift's mechanical system. In between the steel side rails, workers mount 3 U-shaped supports and a cylinder. These will hold the hydraulic piston, which expands and retracts to move the passenger cab up and down. Workers verify the position of the support brackets and secure them in place. Then they install the piston into the cylinder and onto the 3 supports. The piston is locked in place with thick steel brackets. They install the controller, the wheelchair lift's brain center. The controller regulates everything from the passenger cab's movement to the safety sensors and door locks. Workers install the pump. It pushes hydraulic fluid into the piston to move the cab. They take the power cord from both the pump and controller and hook them up to the respective terminals. Then they connect the hose for the hydraulic fluid. It runs from pump to the piston via this manifold. The manifold has a shutoff valve, so maintenance technicians can safely disable the wheelchair lift for servicing. Workers test, then connect the landing switches. The lift installers will use these switches to set the travel distance between stories. This ensures the passenger cab will stop level with the floor at each landing. The cab sits on a steel platform called a sling. A worker now screws the sling's left side to the left skate, a 4-wheeled trolley that runs on the lift's left rail. He does the same with the right side. The skates connect to this heavy-duty drive chain that turns on a roller at the top of the piston. For the cab to ascend, the pump pushes hydraulic fluid into the piston. The piston expands and pushes on the drive chain, moving the skates up the rails. When you push the descend button, a valve opens, allowing hydraulic fluid to exit the piston. Aided by gravity, the cab gradually descends. They test the operation panel they'll later install in the cab. They make sure all the buttons work and move the sling up and down correctly. Workers also test the safety brakes installed in the skates. If the drive chain ever loses tension, the brakes automatically block the rails to prevent the cab from falling. Installers assemble the cab on site and mount it on the sling that'll move it from floor to floor.